Breaking news. Ukraine's new Flamingo missile has struck deep into Russian territory in the ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia. Kyiv has shocked not only Moscow but the entire world. This came after Ukraine deployed its newly developed Flamingo missile, devastating key Russian targets. Just how powerful is this weapon and how will Russia respond? Before we dive in, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit like and subscribe button. It means a lot to us small creators. Thank you so much. In late August, Ukraine unveiled a missile capable of reaching Moscow, St. Petersburg, and even Russia's arms factories, with a range of 3,000 kilometers. The Flamingo cruise missile not only destroyed 6 Russian patrol boats in Crimea, chatted Russia's belief that its homeland was untouchable. Its warhead weighs more than a ton, double the payload of America's Tomahawk missile. Ukraine plans to produce dozens each month. The first combat strike took place in late August near Armyansk in occupied Crimea. According to RBC Ukraine, 3 Flamingo missiles launched from Ukraine's coast struck a Russian FSB border guard base, destroying the main building and setting surrounding facilities ablaze. Satellite images confirmed the damage: 6 patrol hovercraft destroyed, 1 Russian soldier killed, and the entire outpost reduced to ruins. At first, Russian sources blamed older Neptune missiles, but military intelligence outlets later confirmed this was the combat debut of the Flamingo. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky declared it their most successful missile to date, promising that by December, Ukraine will have many more in service. Experts say the missile could transform the battlefield. Fabian Hoffman, a missile studies researcher at the University of Oslo, explained that if Ukraine can field 3,000 to 5,000 missiles, capable of striking within 24 to 48 hours, they could cripple 25% of Russia's economic output, making further aggression unsustainable. This, he said, is not speculation but a mathematical reality, based on the missile's range and payload. Firepoint, the defense company producing the Flamingo, expressed confidence in its capabilities. They claim the missile has already contributed to airport closures and rising fuel prices inside Russia. They warn it poses a threat to up to 40% of Russia's arms production, oil infrastructure, and military depots. With a 1-ton explosive payload and a 3,000-kilometer reach, every Russian factory, refinery, and ammunition depot has become vulnerable. Firepoint's CEO confirmed the missile has passed battlefield trials and is already in serial production, with a target of 20 units per month. That means up to 240 missiles a year, each able to strike anywhere from Leningrad to the Urals. Ukraine is now building a deep strike arsenal, just as Russia struggles to defend its vast territory. Ukraine's defense minister called the missile very powerful but withheld full details, emphasizing the importance of strategic ambiguity. Analysts note that by keeping specifications classified, Russia is forced to guess where and when the next strike might occur. The August strike was not isolated. On the same day, Ukraine launched coordinated drone attacks against Russian helicopters elsewhere in Crimea, showing a new integrated offensive strategy. According to daily reports, Ukrainian drones also struck Russian barracks, highlighting how the Flamingo is being paired with other systems in combined operations. Ukraine developed this indigenous weapon out of necessity. Facing delays in Western missile deliveries, Kyiv accelerated domestic production. The result is a missile that flies farther and hits harder than many Western systems, designed not by a long-established arms giant, but by a defense startup born out of war. The implications go far beyond military targets. With its 3,000-kilometer range, the Flamingo can now hit Russia's economic centers that fund the war machine: oil refineries, rail junctions, industrial complexes. Moscow must now either accept this new vulnerability or divert massive resources to air defenses across thousands of kilometers. Ukraine has changed the deterrence balance. Every Flamingo missile built is another guarantee that future Russian aggression will come at a heavy cost. Meanwhile, another dramatic incident revealed Russia's growing insecurity. Ukrainian drones nearly struck one of President Vladimir Putin's residences on the Black Sea coast. Over 100 drones penetrated Russian territory in the largest overnight attack to date. The Russian Defense Ministry confirmed shooting down 40 drones over the Oriol region. But falling debris sparked massive wildfires, burning over 40 hectares near Putin's luxury estate. More than 400 Russian firefighters were deployed, while dozens of vacationers were evacuated by boat due to heavy smoke. This attack exposed the crumbling security of Russia's heartland. The target area, Gelendzhik, is home to Putin's infamous billion-dollar palace, protected by 7,000 hectares of federal security territory. Independent media reports suggest Putin has already altered his travel habits, avoiding the region for safety reasons. The strike marked the deepest Ukrainian attack near Putin's personal properties since the war began. Local officials scrambled evacuation efforts as wildfires spread toward the estate. Russian emergency forces deployed amphibious planes and made helicopters, but strong winds and mountainous terrain made firefighting difficult. The flames also threatened the FSB oil refinery, disrupting fuel supplies for Russian military units. Independent outlets reported the blaze edging closer to Putin's Black Sea residence. Though Russian authorities deny he owns the property, beyond the physical damage, the psychological impact was enormous. Ukraine demonstrated it can strike anywhere in Russia, even the most heavily guarded compounds of its leadership. The Kremlin was forced to set up emergency shelters for displaced residents, underscoring how unprepared they were for such deep strikes. This marks a shift in Ukraine's strategy, moving from frontline battles to deep strikes inside Russia itself. The targets are no longer just military bases, but also oil refineries, infrastructure, and even the symbols of Kremlin power. The message is clear: no place in Russia is safe. As the war drags on, Ukraine's confidence grows. Each new Flamingo missile, each successful drone raid, proves that even the most fortified Russian defenses can be breached. And if even Putin's palace can be threatened, the haunting question remains: where in Russia is truly safe?